Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look how you can beat Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the Dokkan Special Battle. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, pretty interesting character. He massively raises his attack on his super. So he massively raises attack on his super, which doubles his attack, by the way. He has 900k for normals and 2.7 for supers. The big thing with him is he actually has set actions, and what can be very challenging is actually turn 2. So how Gogeta works is basically all of his attacks are mapped out. So for example, attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8 sorry, are all normals, and then attack 9 and 10 are definitely supers. And then he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the next set are supers, and then he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 normals, and then the next two are supers. So he's always doing those supers back to back, which firstly is very difficult because by massively raising attack he increases the damage of his second super, and then secondly as well he has attack up of 40% with each turn passed up to 160%. So not only is his supers pushing his secondary super up a lot, but he's also actually increasing his own attack every turn. And because he has 850 million health, it's not so easy to just sort of walk over him. You actually have some challenging, you have to actually whittle down his health. Now he doesn't have the greatest defense, it's not amazing, and because he's a AGL type unit, you can provide yourself some extra protection by bringing really strong tech units, both for damage and defense. And that's kind of what we do here. So what's super important is counters, because Gogeta does a lot of attacks in one turn, like a lot of attacks. He's always doing multiple supers in the same turn. He's always doing a lot of attacks in the same turn. And then on top of that as well, he is also doing so many attacks that you can get good crit damage on him. That's why I bring the physical Vegeta and the tech Vegeta, and you see I brought 2. So I made sure I have double tech leads. If you don't have your own tech Vegeta, that's fine. You don't have to have him. It just helps. But if you have one as a friend lead, that's the most important, I think, because the amount of damage he does is pretty insane. So definitely at least one tech Vegeta, because I just think it's super important. And very, 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 very important to have him, basically. I don't really know what to say. It's like super important. So Tech Vegeta does huge damage because of his counters, because of his supers, because of his active, and he's going to counter every single one of Gogeta's attacks, causing big damage up for him. So that's very crucial. Units like SS4 Goku or SS3 Giant Ape Goku, for example, he's there to add protection. He's there to add 2-turn supports. Be very careful at turn 2. Like you can see, I'm taking a lot of damage. Turn 2, there's a big increase in Goku's power, or Gogeta's power. So don't take turn 2 for granted, but try and squeeze out turn 1 and turn 2. If you have a strong enough team, it should be possible. And then what you can do, for example, with that is you can actually okay, no problem. I'm going to now, how can I say, I'm going to now, give myself added protection, you know what I mean? Because if you get through those first 2 turns, then he really scales up, but by then you can, you've got items up to turn 6, which should give you some extra protection. Like I said, the more tech units, the better, but you'll see I don't have that many. Most of the units I have are just units that either start out very strong or scale nicely going into turn 2, which is always super important to do. The active skill of Vegito is the most crucial aspect, and if you can combine it with the active skill of Gogeta to get those big hefty 17, 18, 20 million crits, that's always going to be the best solution. If not, it's okay, but that would be the most ideal. That's why I say if you even just have your own Gogeta lead, linking him up with Vegito where possible is going to be huge, and have a huge impact on how you take out Gogeta, because Gogeta will kind of almost defeat himself. That's just how crazy it is. And you can see here, Gogeta's supering us. It's fine. We're not worried. We obviously have the strength of, Gogeta Vegeta, you know, pulling all the attacks, and that's so crucial towards how well we do. And usually what Gogeta does is he splits those supers. So, like, for example, you'll notice that he supered Vegeta, and then now he's going to do target all, and then get hit, and then he's going to, you know, get hit again, and then he's going to get hit again, and then he's going to super. So there's a very, like, structured approach to Gogeta, and it feels like crits are very, very, very often huge parts to play against him. So that just really worked for me, and I don't know if it'll work for you. Obviously, it depends on your team. I mean, you're welcome to bring anything you want, but just keep these things in mind. You know, when you are taking him out, when you are doing these things, you know, how's it going? What's it doing? And I think you'll be fine, you know, overall. So yeah, that's really as much as I can probably give you in terms of like your general structure, I would say. So yeah, that's definitely what I can say in terms of like your general control. But overall, yeah, I would say personally for me, very, very, very good. Team build here, I think everything worked just as I needed it to. I think Gogeta's tough, definitely. It's the ramp up, I think, that gets a lot of people. That first turn's not so bad, the second turn's like alright, but then the third, fourth, fifth, yeah, those can be challenging. You need units that scale quickly, and that's why I use the items. If you want to, you can obviously use the active skills. You know, the Veku active skill also works out really nicely to delay, but it doesn't help his attack scaling. So you can delay, but it's just going to make him next turn hit even harder. But it's up to you. For me, this worked out great. Very easy first time run. A lot of it's just dependent on that tech Vegeta putting in all the work, basically, and then you're pretty much done from that. But that's it from me. Bye.